However, people mention Aftermath being a very interesting map, maybe the most interesting map in these settings. Budapest comes into that as well, because you spawn with two TCs. Both TCs are needed to die for you to be knocked out, right? But you will spawn with one TC each close to an opponent TC.
Yeah.
So in this situation, where Sokol is ahead, he's 2-1-1, both players, Steve and Newp, will have an area to attack an individual TC. And trying to defend one or both of those is going to be difficult.
Yeah. Oh, Sokol getting that third win is going to be pretty difficult for him because he's going to be kind of at the mercy of the map gen here. Because I do think that Sokol had the less advantageous map gen. He kind of was in the last game. He was kind of in a position where he was subject to a natural pincer move.
Not the case here. He has a very, very strong map to wall off here. Very easy to wall off this little cornerstone of the map. And he is further away from the other two, whereas Steve's TCs are close together, and one of them is very close to Newp. So definitely promotes aggression between the two.
Yeah. And can you imagine Newp sneaking over? And if you look at the giant hill in between Steve's TCs, try saying that 10 times fast.
Steve's TCs, Steve's TCs, Steve's TCs, Steve's. I can't, Sheffy.
Your tongue is twisted, sir.
All right,
but imagine there being a castle going up right there on that hill.
Yeah. Another thing to take into consideration here is you can assume pond ownership, right? So, pond to the back of Steve's base should be his. Right? The one southeast. The pond northeast should be Newp's. And then the one to the very northwest should be Newp's, and then the one very east should be contested between Newp and Steve.
Yeah, because each one of them has a TC right there. Yeah.
Yeah. However, there's a very solid argument that Sokol will have access to this pond completely to himself at the back, whilst also having the ability to contest both of those other side ponds because of the way the map's genned. So he should be the only one with technically safe fish.
I'm really hoping for Newp's sake that, like I said, he doesn't
overdo the water.
Try to go too ham on the water.
Yeah. Oh, you do start with 2 scouts. We already see a fight breaking out between Sokol and Steve. Laming is totally permitted in every way, shape, and form during Sudden Death Showdown. However, I wouldn't recommend laming on Budapest.
It doesn't. I don't think it.
There's so much food. You get 6 deer per TC, berries, 2 boar for each TC. You also got the ponds to fish in. You get 8 turkeys per TC as well.
Yeah, I don't think laming is as significant on this one as it is on other maps.
Yeah. Typically on water / hybrid maps in general, laming is just like not as effective because the fish beam's going to come in. But Budapest especially, it's like laming somebody on Yucatan. It's like, cool, I've got 3,000 other food I can take.
Yeah. All right, so are we going to see forward donjons from Sokol? What?
Maybe.
What's the strategy here?
Maybe forward donjons could be good. Maybe, yeah, forward donjons maybe. Defensive donjons.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think Newp is going to try and get a little bit of a fishing situation.
Yeah. Well, both Newp and Steve are keeping their idle times 2.5 minutes, whereas Sokol a minute longer for him. So ahead on scoreboard, but behind in idle TC time, and therefore villages. The other two players both in 27 eco units each. Sokol down on 25. So the current leader struggling under the Budapest start. They're all still handling it better than I do. I am fucking useless on this map.
Oh yeah, this map is it's a total cerebral short circuit.
Yeah, I don't get me wrong. The situations where I'm like, oh well, they've done this better, and I wouldn't do that, and blah 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 blah, and I'm just saying that to make them feel better when they watch the cast or something. No. I am like, I ignore a TC on Budapest. I ignore one. I send all villagers from one TC to Wood, and I send all of my headables from one TC to the other TC. I'm like, this is my food TC, this is my wood TC, because my brain can't do it otherwise.
Yeah, well, that is one way to do it. It might be a little bit slower, but whatever you got to do. I just absolutely abhor this map. I hate it. I don't like it. I've never won on it. I don't enjoy playing it. It's
PT,
awful.
you are the disgusting individual. Have you seen what PT just said in chat?
I used to do warm up before a ladder by doing Budapest openings on fast speed. That's not a bad idea.
That's a
good training.
terrible idea, dude. All of my APM will be used up in that one warm-up game. I wouldn't have any APM left for the ladder.
All right, so we see Steve moving to the deer. Newp so far
Double
the
docked.
only one to dock.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I think if Noop's going to shoot himself in the foot here, it's going to be on water again. Yeah. Has he docked the North Pond too?
Yep. North and west.
So he's doing it again.
I mean, I'm okay with it because docks also give house and pop. And I think doing it for fish is fine. Right? But if both players try to fight you for those ponds, then I think, yeah, you should either give up both or give up one of them. But if they're not going to fight you and you're just doing the early boom, yeah, by all means, be greedy with it.
Yeah, well, hopefully he has the presence of mind to do that.
I like to think that we learn from our mistakes, but if my games have showed anything, that's not true.
And a barracks coming in.
Oh,
a weird spot.
Newp is docking the Sokol spawn, the one that I said should be uncontested. He quick walled his villain, and well, small walled his villain. Sokol spotted it, but first the feudal age. That fish boom is helping out, and you see when he clicks up, immediately gets 200 wood, which will assist. Makes a fire immediately. Not in this pond though. I thought the fire would be in the Sokol pond. It's not. It's in the eastern pond.
Yeah. And if Newp could if Newp did build a fire in that left-hand pond, Sokol's back stone, I think, might actually be rangeable by well, I'm not sure if a fire ship would be able to hit that or not.
Yeah, this is why you go galleys over fires. Fires would not reset stone, but also because you can stop your opponents docking the pond if they haven't yet. So that fishing ship that he made that on his way up, so that's fine. Maybe use that to like patrol the coast to see if there is a dock. If there isn't, make a galley first. And it would also be able to deny this donjon from going up.
Yeah. So now, if you're the other two players, do you just completely ignore Newt being on water, or do you feel like you have to?
No, I have to deal with that, especially with Dravidians. Because your TCs can die from water on Budapest pretty easily.
Yeah. And we see both Steve and Sokol making defensive towers, so
yeah.
Newp is carrying over his good strategy from the last game of
infantry and poke the bear.
Giving both players a little bit of love.
Wow,
at the very beginning of the game.
Sokol said, "Oh, you docked my pond? I'm gonna do more than just donjon your dock." And we'll proceed to donjon forward.
Yeah. And the villager for Newp did make it out of there, so
I think as well, eco kicks in so quick on Budapest because you have two TCs. Like, you're a Cumin enjoyer, right? You know how good a 2TC Cumin boom is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, it's... We've seen, like, 22-minute, 24-minute Imperial Age times coming out of some players.
And Noop's going infantry.
I mean, Dravidians get half cost on their infantry upgrades. So, it's not necessarily a bad way to go. Oh, donjons are in range of Newp's TC. So now this is where I was saying you have to make the decision if you're Newp. Do you just abandon this area entirely? Or do you fight it back? Do you say, you know what? Fine, I'll give it up. I've got water. I'll use water and I'll defend my other TC and I'll keep all my villagers alive. Or do you try to defend it? You're gonna lose villagers defending it, and you're gonna have idle eco defending it as well. So long term it could work out if you're able to defend it, but that's a risk. Short term, it's better if you don't defend it, but would you have been able to? Right? That's the trade-off.
If I'm Newp, I let this TC go.
I think so. With this commitment, with 3 donjons on my face, yeah, have it, dude. Have it. I'm okay with that. See you later.
At the end of the day, yeah, this is quite an investment from Sokol.
Yeah, have at it. I'll go up to Castle Age. I'll build the castle on my other TC. Not a drama.
Oh, at the same time, I also think that this is the sense of urgency that I think Sokol needs to be playing with.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, he has left himself very vulnerable to the other side, but like he's all in. He's all in feudal. There's nobody on food.
Yeah, and if you also have to take into account that if Sokol doesn't win this game, then it also becomes match point for another player as well. So then there's that added pressure.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Of him not only not being able to win the match, but also losing it, as we see Sokol's going to lose some villagers here. The man-at-arms are doing work for Newp. So far, he seems to be...
He's holding okay. Yeah, he's holding okay.
On time here.
He's got to be careful, though. He probably wants to buy up the Castle Age if he hasn't already. And then could even... Yeah, because, Steve's pushing the other side. That's the thing. Steve is in Castle Age. And Castle Ops have been very prominent throughout the tournament. The Coldcaster command was already updated, Canty. All you've done is got rid of the Twitch link that I put in there. Normally I don't do it. Normally I forget, in fairness. So
it's okay. I don't need a link to my stream to send people over to watch me. And
no, we'll give him a shout out after the cast. I know it's fine. But I've got a tournament game in 35 minutes, apparently.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Delay. Be late. We'll see what happens.
All right.
SDS takes priority for me, so.
I like that. All right, so the sergeants are on the field.
And the dungeons are proceeding across the field.
Yeah, so I think Newp's going to have to...
I like the castle from Newp. It's going to take some losses, but I like it.
Well, I think that, honestly, this castle is kind of necessary from Newp now.
Yeah, especially with Steve having a castle already on your face on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah, gold's going to be an issue for Newp. Might we see some chonkers from Newp, or is he just...
He's not going to afford them. Like, he's not going to be able to afford anything, to be fair. He's down to 56 eco units. A bunch of that is fish. Which, as the game goes on, gets worse.
Oh, he's going to roomies. Which... I guess we'll deal with the sergeants. And
yeah, they will. Yeah,
they do. They do kill buildings as well. So, not a bad move.
Oh, another castle from Newp. He says, "No, I'm gonna fucking dig my heels in. You boys want to come for me? Let's go." You said it yourself, Chef, and maybe he's awoken a beast.
Yeah, I think. Steve's had a little bit more free time than he should have, though.
Yeah. And not for the first time this series.
And yeah, he's already on 96 eco units.
Castle
So
drop
the
attempt from Sokol.
cheaper villagers.
Sicilians build 50% faster for their castles. Used to be 100%, but that got nerfed. And Steve's got camels in. And normally camels aren't to go to unit for killing buildings, but Hindustani camels attack faster and have +2 attack to buildings.
Yeah, and this is honestly doing Newp a favor, in my opinion.
Which he kind of needs.
Yeah, Newp's hanging on by the hair of his shinny chin chin here. But
Steve's got a couple of camels killing repair bills, and the other camel's still focused on the TC. By the way, this is great for Steve, because even if he doesn't kill the TC, he's killing villagers.
yeah, it's great for Steve and for Newp, as one donjon goes down to the villagers. So Newp is pulling out all the stops here.
There was shared fishing happening in Steve's pond, but Newp has got a fire in there now, causing all kinds of havoc.
Nothing wrong with that. And if you notice the difference between
What?
Oh, okay, never mind. My bad.
But
well, thank you, Fluff. That's why I love you. You're so forgiving. But if you notice the difference between the way Newp has approached this game as opposed to the Kawasan game, and not anywhere near as much water play.
Yeah, he's also just lost his TC on the right side of his base. So, it's the initial TC left.
One left.
Yeah.
You got to kill both of them.
And Sokol coming with another castle drop for that one. This one will not go up, though. Not in that position, anyway.
No. Definitely not. Donjons can't... or... Sergeants can't build...
Castles, no. No. Only donjons, specifically.
Well, there's a mining camp in the way, anyway. But the fire ship from Newp is really going to slow Steve down. And Sokol's got no food.
Yeah, he's not been gathering food for quite a while. Look at Steve, 108 economy units. Castle will go up from Sokol. He finds a spot just in range.
Yeah, and Newp doesn't have anything over here to stop this.
He does have some swordsmen popping out, some Urami swordsmen. Not going to be enough, though. Sicilian's built so quick.
This is kind of unfortunate for Newp here. Unless Newp can maybe turn the 1,000, 1,600 wood that he's...
Sokol also does currently hold the record for the fastest TC killed as well. In the series. This game. He got it this game.
And now Steve with another castle over here. So now all of a sudden Newp's feeling the pressure.
Yeah, Urami swordsman and longsword's going to try to work away on that castle. Yeah, Kansky did. I presume he didn't know it was down.
Sokol's buying stone, so...
He's going to try to repair, but there's a siege workshop coming forward for Steve, so pressure will continue to mount on the south for Sokol. Newp still has a higher villager count than Sokol as well.
Yeah, I feel like Steve is doing the heavy lifting here for himself. He's
murder holes. Murder holes is in for Sokol.
Let's see if Newp notices it before he...
Steve, just win this one. That's true. That's what they need. And Sokol says that's the plan. Just didn't want Newp to, like you said, Budapest could have been a really strong map for For Newp.
So, Newp's still hanging in there. We got a forward castle and a forward siege workshop for Stee over on the right-hand side.
What you've got to remember, Peter, is we're not watching this in real time. Like, hundreds of years have passed while that dude's been whipping that brick. So, it's not necessarily about how hard, it's about how long.
You can say that again.
It's not necessarily about how hard, it's about how long.
Thank you.
Just need a group of men-at-arms to do it.
Alrighty. So Newp seems to be
Holding.
holding, but kind of neutralized here. He's dropping a castle of his own.
Neutralized is a gentle way of putting it. I would say he's been completely neutered.
Yeah. So
the question is, does he live longer than Sokol? I think he does.
I hope. Yeah, the Trebs are out now working on the...
TC1 dead. TC2 will die in approximately 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, so Steve putting it to both of these guys, kind of. And military numbers, Sokol's got no army on the field right now, and he's got other problems as the Arumis come forward for Newp to, I guess, try and put Sokol out of his misery.
Yeah.
And heavy camel now.
Yeah, well, Steve's been completely untouched all game, right? Like, with the exception of his fish being harassed. Way into the castle age.
Yeah, and that shows in the food count.
And Noob's TC is about to fall. He does go out first, and immediately after will fall Sokol. So Steve going up to 2 as well.